we have an important part that is very interesting part. It is a example of the functional dependency, and this concept we will see through the types of the functional dependencies. So from this point we have the various kind of the terms. Those are the trivial, non-trivial, multi-valued, and transitive dependencies. So if we're talking about all these points, you can say the word we have that is a trivial. And yesterday I asked the this term, that is what is mean by trivial. The trivial is just having own meaning. That is a simple. We can say the very small or very tiny things we have. So in the functional dependency, we need to find the tiny or small functional dependency. So that is known as the trivial functional dependency. And reverse part of the non reverse part of the trivial function dependency is known as a non-trivial. And through the simple example you can understand this concept. And if you're talking about the multi-value dependency, then we have an example, and of course we have an example, and same thing we will go for the transitive dependency. So please keep in mind the important point over here, that is we have only four types of the functional dependencies, and each and every dependency is having the own meaning, own sense. So I'm going to start by the beginning part, that is the trivial functional dependency. The trivial functional dependency is basically determined, that is the dependency of an attribute on a set of the attributes. Okay, and that is known as the trivial functional dependency. Please understand this statement: the dependency of an attribute on a set of the attributes on a set of the attributes is known as the trivial functional dependency. So it is also known as the trivial APT if the set of the attribute includes that attributes. So which attribute that is to be included over here? So we're talking about the such attribute, that is this attribute which is dependent. So that attribute is dependent or not, so we need to see this thing properly. So suppose we have an name, and we have a set of the attribute like as a student ID, name, age. So from this set of the attributes, if student name is belong to, or the such attribute depend on the set of the attributes, so we can say it is a trivial functional dependency. So here we have an example, but a symbolically how we can represent a determinant to b, or we can say b is determinant to a. It is a, by default it is known as the trivial functional dependency, so there is no issue over here. And b is a subset of a, of course b is a subset of a, so that's why we can say it is depend on the that part. So this a is known as the set of the attribute. And the following dependency is also trivial, like a itself depend on the itself, so we can say it is a trivial functional dependency. So that's why it is known as a small functional dependency or tiny functional dependency. And the same we can go for the b. So b is an attribute, and it's also representing the functional dependency self. So sometimes such kind of the dependency is known as the self functional dependency, or own functional dependency. But keep in mind both side your attribute must be same, or same set of the attributes, same set of the attributes must be same form. So we can say there is a self functional dependency, and at the time the thing is known as the trivial functional dependency. So this is the first kind of the functional dependency. Yes, I'm taking simple example like I have the a, b, c, and d. These are the are four different attributes of the relation r, and these all are determined by the suppose c. Okay, so c is depend on the this set of the attributes. So this is example which is known as the trivial functional dependency, because c is a subset of the this set. So of course this is a trivial functional dependency. Yes, let me know it is clear to all. Yes, please let me know it is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Sir, means one attribute is dependent on several attributes.
Yes, of course. No, dependent on, it is set of the, it is a part of the subset of the such attribute. Like I can take the c comma d. So these two attributes are the subset of the ABCD. So of course it is subset of the ABCD. So we can say it is a it is a trivial functional dependency. Now see in the from ABCD how I can make the set like single A, single B, single C, single D, and with combination to all these like A comma B, okay, and B comma C and C comma D, like we can have the number of the sets. Okay, how many elements of the set we can find, like a b c d, a comma b, b comma c, c comma d, and when we can go for the b comma a, so there is a equivalent to the a comma b, there is no issue. So b comma c, it is already there, b comma d we can take, and c comma d is already there, so c comma a, so a comma c we can take. Okay, so now cd is a set of the our this part. So we can say it is a trivial functional dependencies. And you can understand this concept by distinguish with the non-trivial functional dependency. Then you can understand in simple way. Yes, please tell me any doubt over here. These are the various list of the sets.
No, sir.
Okay, set element I can say. So I'm taking the here example, then you can understand in proper way. Now see, for example, I'm consider a table with two columns. One is student ID, another is student name. And student ID is an attribute, and student name is also as an attribute. Now student ID is student ID. You can see over here. So here we have the set of the attribute that is followed by the student ID and student name. So now student ID is a part of or subset of the this set of the attributes. So we can say it is a trivial functional dependency. Now is it visible to all? And is it clear to all? Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so is a functional dependency no student ID. So trivial functional dependency as a student ID we have, and is a subset of the student ID and student name. So we have the description in a one line we have over here. And also student ID as a student ID we can take just like example of the self functional dependency. We can say like this one. So we have student name is determinant to student name is also trivial functional dependency. Okay, so we have this example. Now, any doubt in this example? Yes, please tell me. Yeah, yes, please tell me any doubt you have.
No, sir.
So this example is clear to all. Yes.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
Yes, sir.
okay. So even talking about the non-trivial functional dependency, then you can see this why this example. A functional dependency that is x determinant to y holds true where the y is not a subset of the x. This is a true functional dependency. It is correct. There is no issue because x is determinant to y. This is a correct. And but by is depend on the x, but by is not a subset of the x. So at that time, what kind of dependency is known as the non-trivial dependency? I'm talking about the dependency is applicable, but it is not a part of the that thing. So your student name, student ID is okay, good. We have the set, and the student age is or student admission. Okay, I'm just taking simple example. Student admission is depend on the student name and student place. I agree this point. I can take this example. Student admission status. Okay, student admission status is depend on the student uh, name and state. Suppose we have some offer for the specific to the state by student. So student name and student state are the attributes of a relation relation student, suppose, and his or her admission status depend on the student name and status. So we can say it is depend, so we can agree, but this attribute is not a part of the this set of the attribute. So such kind of the dependent functional dependency is known as a non-trivial functional dependency. So this is a simple example. Okay, so here we are considering the simple employee relation, that is employee ID, employee name, and employee address. These are the three different attributes we are having. If now see, employee ID is determinant to employee name. So employee name is depend on the employee ID is a good relation, but employee name is not a subset of the employee ID. So this kind of the dependency is known as a non-trivial functional dependency. Same. Employee ID is determinant to the employee address. There is no issue. Employee address is depend on the employee ID. So we can search out the address of the. We can search out the employee ID by the putting the address. For the query purpose, we can do. But this thing or this attribute is not depend on the employee ID. So at that time, the functional dependency is categorized under into the non-trivial functional dependency. So this is a simple example you can see over here. And here we have the simple example. If we are putting the set of the attribute instead of the taking the single attribute like this one. So employee ID, comma employee name, determinant to employee name. So this is a is in this set. So we can say this is a trivial. Okay, this is a trivial. Yes, please tell me. This is trivial. But instead of here, I'm taking the employee name if I'm taking the e address or employee address. Then this makes this dependency as a non-trivial. Okay. This is non-trivial. This is example of the non-trivial functional dependencies. Yes, please tell me now. Any doubt over here? Yes, any doubt in this trivial or non-trivial functional dependencies? Please let me know. Yes, anyone who have any doubt? Yes, please tell me.
No, sir. No doubt, sir.
Okay,
No, sir.
so now we have seen trivial functional dependency and non-trivial functional dependency. Now let me move to the next functional dependency that is known as the multi-valued dependency and transitive dependency. Here, so here, okay, this is the definition part. So I'm just moving to the important concept, that is third one, multi-value dependency. Now here we have to read out the some important terms which is important part of the understanding the multi-value dependency. So first point we have, that is the multi-value dependency occurs when there are more than one independent, you have to remember the key words, more than one independent multi-valued attributes in a table. Okay, so this kind of dependency is applicable where you have the more than one independent multi-valued attributes. Okay, so this is a point. And now second point is saying to us a multi-value dependency is a full constraint between two set of the attribute in a relation. In contrast to the functional dependency, the multi-valued dependency required that certain tuple to be present in a relation. So if you're talking about the multi-value dependency, and that should be followed by the full constant between the two set of the attributes. So with an example we can understand, but this is the 2 points we need to keep in mind while seeing the examination. So now see, this is an example we have. Here I'm considering an example over here that you can see. Here we have the bike is the name of the relation. Here first attribute we have the bike model, so that is B110, V110. Again we have the value, and manufacturing here we have the another attribute. Next we have the color. Yes, please tell me.
Sir, your screen is stuck on one slide.
Where?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
in
Same
this
for
slide,
me,
we
sir.
give an example of trivial
Of non-trivial.
dependency.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Let me reshare to all. Just give me 1 second. Let me reshare. Just I'm sharing once again. Let me know it is visible to all or not. Yes, it is visible to all about the multi-value dependency.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Okay, thank you. So we were on this topic, that is a multi-value dependency. So multi-value dependency occurs when there are more than one independent multi-valued attributes. Now, if anyone asks me, sir, what is mean by the multi-value attribute? So this concept we have already seen into the ER model. What do you mean by the multi-valued attribute? An attribute
Sir,
which has a
Sir,
yes.
I am unable to see your screen.
My dear friend, I've already shared 2 times, and one student is saying to, sir, it is visible. So let me know once again to from your side, it is visible to or not. But
Yes,
you
sir, it
are
is
Sir,
visible.
Sir,
it's not
visible.
visible.
so my dear, do one
Sir,
thing. Just you reconnect. You can reconnect yourself
okay,
because
sir.
other students are able to see this slide. It means there is some problem from your side. So please
No,
reconnect or
Yes.
sir.
okay, you can reconnect. There is no problem. You will try to reconnect. Okay, so definitely you will be able to see. So I'm speaking something over here, then in between you have to listen to all the words properly. So what I'm sharing over here, I'm speaking. Okay. So should we continue or should we continue right now? Okay. So I was on the topic that is a yes multi-valued dependency. So multi-value dependency is basically occur when there are the more than one independent multi-valued attributes. So what is mean by the multi-value attributes? So this concept we have already discussed so many times into the ER model. So what is mean by the multi-value attribute and what are the things we have seen? But here we have the term multi-value dependency. It means we need to follow or we need to take the example from the multi-valued attributes. So in our relation, we need to see we have the independent multi-valued attributes. So a multi-valued attributes or in the multi-valued dependencies, it basically follow the constraint-based concept. So if we're talking about the constraint, then the concept is should be follow the properly, and we need to take here this concept by the two important aspect. One is a constraint, another one is which is known as a multi-valued. So multi-valued part we already discussed so many times. So by the example, we can understand this concept properly. So here I am sharing my example. Now let me know this example is clear, visible to all. Yes. Is it visible to all? This is a bike example I am taking. Bike is the name of the relation. Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
So bike is our relation. Okay. And that could be anything, zero no issue. Bike is our relation and it contains how many attributes? Those are bike model, manufacturing years and colors. So you can see the each and every tuple information we have over here. B1001, B2 1021 12, B 4 times 2 we have. So here you can see the column manufacturing year and colors are independent of each other. So there's no relation between the manufacturing year and color. So color is having the own different value in form of the black, red, blue, and so on. So but talking about the manufacturing year, then we have the different kind of the values in form of the integer or decimal. We have the 2007, 2008, and so on. So in this case, these are the two different columns which sailed or which can carry out the information in form of the multi-value dependent. So these are the two different attributes which are depend on the bike model or car model. Suppose a company is manufacturing a car or we have know the idea in this year a car or bike is introducing by the such company, then definitely the information that is a manufacturing year and color will be proposed. Like simple example, we can take any mobile company. So we have a mobile model. So XYZ mobile model is introduced by the XYZ company. So this model is just having the two important part. One in which year the product is launched or manufactured. So we can say we have the launch date. Okay. So we know this is a launch date. So this could be the uh, another attribute. Okay. And we're talking about color, so it can have the various color. Okay, green or sky blue or black. So as we know, so what are the important part? So important attribute is saying to us these are the two different attributes which is depend on the model. Same thing you can say here. If you're taking the admission, so in which year you have taken the admission and in a branch. So branch and a year. Okay, branch and year is just two important part of your course. So in which course you are registering yourself, or in which branch you are taking the admission. So what's your name and what's your year in which you have taken the information. So you need to see the scenario of the relation, and at the time you need to define, you need to identify the dependency. So is this dependency is applicable over here or not? So now in this relation, that is a bike relation we have. So we have the three different attributes, and now it is clear showing to us. Now here it is also possible. So manufacturing years and color, these are two different attributes, and by the combination of two different attributes are depend on the bike model. Like B2012 is bike model which is introduced in 2008, or in the manufacturing year we have the 2008, and it has the color red, as well as it has the color also black. Okay, so with the combination of the all these two information, manufacturing year and color, you can determine that is a this is a bike model. And I'm just taking the another example. If your friend is trying to sell your old bike, then you can first what you will ask, okay, what is a model? What is your bike model? What is a car model? So at the time you can identify, this is the car you are talking about, the Maruti 800. So it is very old car. So definitely it could be the 5 or 6 year back model you're talking to me, so I can't purchase. So you have the simple example in your life. Then color, you can see, identify, okay, we know only the 2 or 3 colors we have at the time. So there are so many examples in our life. We can see multi-valued attributes is a kind thing. So multi-valued attribute we have, so same thing we have the multi-valued dependency. So we can differentiate these two pattern, like over here manufacturing year depend on the bike model, and color is also depend on the bike model. Now if you want to write this thing into a different pattern, then you can write this example like this one. Bike model bike model is determined into two important part. One is manufacturing year and color. So you can write your example, you can transform all these two dependency in a single dependency, there is no issue. So it is also equivalent to the into the our written way, like the bike model determined into the manufacturing year, and bike model is determined into the color as well. Yes, this is the example of the multi-value dependency. Yes, please let me know. Here you have went out. Yes, please tell me any doubt in this example.
No, sir.
No, sir, no.
Okay. So next example, we have the transitivity dependency. So a functional dependency is said to be transitive if it is indirectly formed by the two functional dependency. So you have to take care of your example properly. A functional dependency, or FD, is said to be transitive if it is indirectly formed by the two functional dependency, and of course this dependency is taken by the rule our, that is the transitivity rule. If you remember the point, transitivity rules, just let me write correctly. Transitivity rules. If you remember, yesterday we have seen this concept, transitivity rule. So now you can say x determinant to z is a transitive dependency, but there must be some following dependency should be covered. So how we determining? X is determinant to y, or y is depend on the x, but reverse part is not possible, as I told you yesterday. So if you are looking, say, this one, so that is not possible, and that is not applicable over here. So by is determinant to z is also possible. So this, if these two, this one is one and this is the second, these two FD is possible or true, then at the time now this is also possible. And here we have the transitivity rule. So after applying the transitivity rule, we can say we have the transitivity dependency. So it is also possible. So a transitivity dependency can only occur in a relation of the three these attribute or more attributes, and this is most important dependency where we can apply this dependency into the 3 on F, and this is known as the third normal form. So before understanding the third normal form, first we need to understand the first normal form and then second normal form, and one by one we will see with help of the example what is mean by the first NF and second NF. Now, as you know, in 3NF, we need to use the transitory dependency. So, my dear student, if you are not known to about the functional dependency and its various types and rules, then how you can understand the normalization. So, for understanding the normalization, it is necessary to understand the all the concept properly, and those are functional dependency, its rule, and its various types. So here I'm explaining all the concepts with help of the example, and from this example you can understand. So this is the last dependency type of the functional dependency. We have the transitory dependency. Yes, please let me know. Is it clear to all about the this concept? That is the transitivity dependency. Or any doubt you have, then you can ask me. And we have not started so
Yes.
far we have not started so far the normalization, but after completion, after understanding all the part of the functional dependency, we will start, because when we need to understand the normalization, then we will aware about the such term what we are doing. So before understanding all those things, let's understand the prerequisites part of the normalization, as I told you 2 or 3 days back. So now it is clear to all, or any doubt you have, please you can ask me. Yes, please tell me. Any doubt?
No doubt.
Okay. So here I am taking the example of the transitory dependency. Name is just XYZ, MNO or ABC. So author just PSK, RM, PQ. I'm just taking random name. I can't leave my name, so I'm just taking over here my name as well. That is BSK. So author is 37 and 32 or 35. It is not my actual years. Please do not ignore such as. But just I'm taking here only the example purpose. So VSK is having the 37 years, RM just having 32, and PQ is just having the 35. Suppose I'm taking only example purpose. This is our relation that is known as the book. So author is depend on the book. This is the one dependency we have. Author is depend on the book. So it is clearly showing that who author have written the book. So title we have, that is XYZ. But reverse part is not possible. Book is not depend on the author. Book can be written by any author. Okay, this is not a constraint we have. So because what happened, Python is a programming language, database is a conceptual subject. It it's all the concept can be taught by any faculty or can be written by anyone or any person. But I'm as a author or as a faculty, I'm depend on the course. So this is my thing. So here we have an example. Same thing. We have the author. The author is writing a book, but what is the title of the such book? What is the concept he is just putting into in his from his idea? So that is the thing we have. The author is depend on the book, but reverse part is not possible. So author does not have the book. We have this kind of the property of the functional dependency. So we have, but author A is depend on the author's name. So this parameter, this information, that is author is depend on the my name. So we can say, okay, the 35 is a value, or 35 is a part of the author is author is attribute, and this value is determined, or this value depend on the author name, that is PQ. So this kind of the parameter we have. So at the time, by using the transitivity rules, we can say author age is also depend on the book title. Okay, author age is also depend on the book title. So we can say this is the point. So this kind of the FD, or this kind of the FD is known as the transitive FD. Okay, so now it is clear to all. Yes, please tell me. Any doubt over here?
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay, good. So any student who have any idea about the transitivity dependency example, then you can also share with your example right now if you have any idea. Or if you are thinking, so we have an idea, we can explain this example by the transitivity dependency, then you can please. Any student who want to share any example right now? Yes, please. Any student who want to share? Just please tell me yes or no. So I will continue, or I will just wait for your answer as well. Please tell me.
Continue, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you. So, is it clear to all about this kind of the types of the functional dependency? Any doubt so far? No doubt. So I'm just moving to the this exercise. So here I'm
Sir,
sharing.
can you show the previous slide, sir,
Yes,
please?
this one. Yes, please tell me.
Sir, can you show
This
the
one.
previous slide?
This one.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, please tell me.
Yes, sir. I want to see the just a minute. Okay, sir. Okay. I want to see just an example. Bottom.
Okay,
sir.
okay. Okay. Any other who is remembering any example? Any example? Just please tell me. So it is clear to all. So
Yes, sir.
okay, good, good, good. So just I'm just sharing the my one exercise over here. So we have a relation. That relation is known as the student. Here I am sharing only the few information as you can see over the slide. That is a student relation. We have in simple way. What are the various attribute? That is a student ID and student name. From the student ID, you have the some value that is the 3015 and student name is Priya, Rajesh and Ganga, and student ID is here 1402 and 2109. Yes. Yes, tell me what kind of the here I have the simple questions. What okay, or you can say just not what I just simple saying define. I just changing the my question. Determine. I'm just taking simple example. Determine trivial FD. Okay, I'm writing short B. Non-trivial FD and multi-valued is not possible over here. Why? Because why is not possible multi-valued? Because there is no multi-value we have over which is depend on. So
Yes,
first multi-value attribution also. So I just need the answer from your side. Can you tell me the non-trivial or trivial functional dependency over here? Just I need the answer from your side. Just please tell me. What is the here you need to write the functional dependencies. Please keep it in mind. Functional dependencies. It can be many or it could be single. So please tell me. So what is example of the non-trivial or trivial functional dependencies? Just please tell me. First trivial functional dependency. Yes, who will tell?
so a trivial would be student ID determines to student name.
Okay, I agree this point. So I'm writing here an example, and that is I'm writing simple example over here. Student ID is student ID is depend on the student name or student name is depend on the student ID.
So a student ID determines to student name. So student
Okay,
name is dependent on student ID.
okay, this is the point I'm writing over here. But since you can see student name is not a part of the student ID, so this is not a trivial functional dependency. Are you getting something here? As we have seen, student ID determinant to student name. This is okay. Student name is depend on the student ID, but are we going to tell about the trivial functional dependency? Yes, please tell me. Yes, please tell me. Is it? Yes, please tell me. Is it correct answer? No, it is. It is not a
Sir, but
trivial.
student ID is the subset of the table where we have student ID and student name, so it will be trivial, right?
Here, if you're putting only single, now keep in mind only single, then is
Okay,
it
like
correct?
a
You,
table
Sir,
with
it will
only
become
student ID.
non-trivial.
no, it is not trivial example. It is not trivial example. We can say it is not trivial example, but if I'm writing this answer like this one, student ID and student name, then we
No,
can
sir,
say,
if we take both of them together, then it's a
yeah,
trivial.
yes, absolutely.
Yes, I got it.
Okay, student name. Instead of the student name, you can take the student ID as well. Okay, so there's no issue. And if I'm writing student ID, comma, student name, okay, instead of the student name, if I'm writing the student ID, so this is the example of the sorry, student ID. So these are the example of the trivial functional dependencies. And non-trivial functional dependency, we can say student ID determined to student name only, and student name is determined to student ID only. So this is a non-trivial dependency, because which is not a set of the or subset of the any other attribute. So this is the example. Yes, tell me, it is clear to all? Yes, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
So yes, into the examination, this kind of the question may ask. So please keep in mind all these things. Okay, this is a necessary point. You have to take care. So here I'm just leaving the description over here, and then you can read out all the things over here. Okay, so I'm just leaving this part. So okay, here it is written over here. The suppose we have the marks attribute, but we have no right now the marks attribute. Okay, so we can say if you just let me correct this one. Suppose if we have the marks attributes, then marks and student name is depend on the student ID. So at the time transitivity we can perform by having the multiple thing. And student ID, like student ID is determined to student name. Okay, so this is a functional dependency, one kind of the functional dependency. And marks is also depend on the student name. Suppose we have this kind of the student name, suppose we have this kind of the functional dependency as well. So indirectly we can say student ID determinant to the marks, student ID determinant to the marks. So this kind of the transitivity, this kind of the dependency maintained by the transitivity. So it is also possible to have student ID determinant to the marks. So this is also possible, and this is of course done by the transitivity. Okay, so theoretically it is written over here, then you can see detail is written over here, then you can read out, but understanding the concept is necessary. Yes, tell me, is it clear to all right now? Any doubt? Yes, please tell me. This example is clear to all? Yes, please tell me any doubt you have. No doubt?
Sir, means if we are
No doubt,
taking
sir.
single example, so sir, it will become non-trivial. Or if we are taking student name from set of student ID and student name, then it will become trivial, right?
Since if you're looking for the definition part of the trivial, then
Yes, sir.
trivial is saying to us at the one set or the set of the trivial we are taking, and that should be the part of the and that should be part of the determinant side, left side we have. So suppose we have the student ID, student name, and marks. So this is a set of the attribute, and if we are picking only the marks only, so it could be the part of the right side we are picking on that part, that is the marks depend on the set of the attribute which is having by the student ID, student name, and marks. So at the time we can say trivial. And if I'm taking student ID, student name, a marks, this is set of the attribute which is determinant to the student name and marks only. So student name and marks also part of the, or also subset of the student ID, student name, and marks. So we can say this is trivial. Anything which is not meet, or which is not a part of, or which is not subset of the set of the attributes, so we can say it is not a our thing. But keep in mind, while taking each and everything, that should be part of the relation only. We can't take any other information for defining the such thing trivial or non-trivial. Yes, now tell me.
Yes, sir. Now clear.
Okay, now clear. So I'm just moving to the my next slide, then you can see. Just let me move to the my next slide. then you can see, yes, we have. So consider this relation student information and find the various functional dependency in a relation which are satisfied. Okay, if I'm putting this star over here, just keep in mind this is the most important part for questions for the midterm purpose. So please take care of this question properly. And this is another exercise I'm sharing with you all for understanding purpose. Here you need to find the various FDs. FD means functional dependencies in this relation and which are satisfied. Yes, please tell me. According to you, it could be Barry, but you have to justify if you are choosing different kind of the FDs. Okay, yes, please tell me. So, can you solve it? You need some time to solve this question.
Sir, can I rejoin again because I am unable to see your screen again.
Okay,
Sir,
my
same
dear.
problem.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
same problem.
Yes, sir, for me also.